July 14th Planning Commission meeting to order. And the first item of business is to determine a quorum, and we do have a quorum. 4 commissioners are present, 3 are absent. Review of minutes. Mr. Simileski.
I move that they be approved as corrected in my email note.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The minutes are approved. First, rezoning request is rezoning request number 864, property owner Christopher C. and Douglas A. and Jason Hutto, Harleyville, change from AR to Industrial District, and the applicant has requested that this be removed from the agenda today and deferred till the next meeting. And I would ask for a motion to
Move
defer.
to have it deferred.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to defer. Any further discussion? This rezoning request is deferred to the next meeting. We have no final plats, no preliminary plans.
Vote aye. Vote aye.
All in favor say aye. Subdivision applications requests, none. Street name requests. Pineview North, Deer Crest Lane, Forest Creek Drive, Sandalwood Way, Silver Blossom Lane, Laurel Oaks Drive, Mountaintop Way, Wing Trace Lane. Pineview South, Bristlecone Loop, Flint Rock Drive, Fox Meadow Lane, Lodgepole Drive, Middle Bluff Lane, Tailcrest Drive, Viewpoint Drive, and White Bark Drive. Do we have a motion to approve the street names?
Move to approve.
We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on street names? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, like sign. The names are approved. Old business, we have rezoning request number 862, Rolina Homes LLC. That's R1, TRM to R1. And that, the applicant has requested to have that one deferred to a later date.
Correct.
Okay, so we will do that. Do I have a motion to defer?
Move to defer.
We have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to defer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. New business, modification of land development standards. Ms. Reinerson.
Yes, sir. This item was before all of you last month. It's a request to rezone a piece of property off of Central Avenue. Pull it up here on the map really quick. Property is currently zoned R2 single-family residential, and the applicant is looking to rezone to general commercial. And when we looked at it last month, staff in the staff report was not able to support general commercial because it doesn't meet the requirements for general commercial. It is too far from the intersection. It's supposed to not be more than a quarter mile distant from the intersection of Orangeburg or Central. And this exceeds that. Staff was okay with supporting neighborhood commercial, but the commission had asked that we go back and talk to the applicant about whether neighborhood commercial would suffice or not. In discussing with the applicant, the use that they're trying to put out there right now would require general commercial zoning, so they were still very much interested in moving forward with general commercial zoning at this time.
Okay, so y'all recommended denial on commercial general. And what does the applicant feel about neighborhood commercial?
It doesn't meet what, the business right now, I think they have somebody out there that's got some pine straw and they're looking to do retail for pine straw materials, but that requires general commercial zoning.
Okay,
So they're looking for that.
so what is the applicant planning on doing?
The applicant is still coming before you all to request general commercial zoning.
Is the applicant here? Anybody like to speak for or against this rezoning application? Do we get any input from the public?
No, sir.
None? Okay. Commissioners?
I have a question. If we were to deny, they could go to the zoning board of appeals, couldn't they?
No. So the Board of Zoning Appeals cannot grant variances on a use,
Okay.
right? Now, you're making recommendations, so it would still fall to council to officially deny or approve, but I think they'd be looking for the recommendation from Planning Commission.
I think the quarter mile rule is what's probably a good reason why the staff is saying we need to stay within that. And we've run into that a couple of times. But is there other commercial going on around there? Is there?
There are some other commercially zoned properties near it, but not, several of those commercially zoned properties aren't actually being used commercial. Further down the property, further down Central Avenue, yeah, you've got some of those industrial uses down that way, those commercial uses. D&W Enterprises, right after Scotch Range Road, right before Central curves around. So there are some existing commercial uses out that way, but a lot of them are grandfathered from when it was all DE district back before 2004.
I'd entertain a motion.
I move to deny.
Okay, we have a motion to deny. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The rezoning request is denied. New business, modification of land development standards, Ms. Ryderson.
Yeah, actually, I think I might we have 4 of these on the agenda today.
I was gonna say, you wanna take them all?
I think so. They're all requesting the same modification. All of them have a flag lot design where the flagpole length exceeds 200 feet, which is a limitation of the land development regulations. The one plat on McCarn Street, I think that was the plat, is actually another one of those minor subdivisions that we've seen, and we're processing the text amendment that will allow further subdivision of former minor subdivision parcels, but that hasn't had third reading yet. So that's why we're seeing that as well as the flag lot modification. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about any of the individual plats, but they're all just looking to exceed that 200-foot flagpole length.
Questions, commissioners?
I'll make a motion to approve all 4 of these under number 7, new business, and
Okay.
I wish Mr. Judy was here, but he's not, so I'll make the motion.
Okay, we have a
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The ayes have it. I have no report. Planning Director?
Nope, no report.
Okay. Public comment. Do I have anybody who would like to speak? Please come forward and give us your name and address.
My name is Joe Brothers. Address is 139 Mitchell Court, Prineville, South Carolina. I'm concerned about this 200 feet wide exceeding. What is that referencing?
Yes, sir, that's talking about a lot subdivision. I'll pull one up here on the screen so you can see an example of it. Let's see here. So a flagpole lot is a lot that has a long portion that's narrower at the front and then it widens out towards the back. And normally we don't like to see this flagpole piece, essentially it's going to be a driveway that would be longer than 200 feet. So what they've done, the surveyor is asking a modification from Planning Commission to allow it to be longer than 200 feet.
Okay. So that means you're going to take acreage or a portion of another lot to make that, right?
Yeah, so typically if you had one large lot and you wanted to cut it into 2 and have one in the front and one in the back, you just have that one longer, the back piece will have a portion of the lot up front. It's a way of doing it instead of an easement. A lot of times you would see an easement. This just keeps it as part of the back lot instead of separately as an easement.
Okay, yeah, that's my question.
Okay, you're welcome.
Anybody else like to speak? Mr. Mayor, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I got a question for you, if you would. Charles, 191 East Main Street, Orlandville. The first request up there is zoning request item 3. Now, y'all approved that. That means now it goes to the county council, or it goes back to public comment, this kind of stuff.
Now, which one are you talking about?
On this rezoning request here, item 3 on the agenda.
That was deferred.
That was deferred to the next meeting. The applicant requested it be pulled from this agenda.
So I was just asking a question because I get a lot of phone calls.
Exactly. And Councilwoman Holman called me, and she would like ideally for the next meeting, when this is on the agenda, to be held in St. George if we could. But I think we have some problems with the ponds deferred to the next one, to where they need to be in Somerville. So what we may have to do is schedule a special meeting
Yep.
to hear the concerns of the people from Harleyville. And we thought maybe we might use the gymnasium in Harleyville possibly?
I'm sorry.
Use your gymnasium in Harleyville possibly for the public hearing?
Just give us a time so we can,
Sure.
not so the issues over.
Absolutely.
Students, like this time of day, that should not be a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else wish to speak today? One more motion in order.
Move to adjourn.
We have a second?
You're running on a record right there, sir.
Let's do it.